Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Okay, I don't know what the temperature is, but I do know what the time is. Do you guys want to guess what time it is? Oh shoot, I said this evening, so you guys already know that it's not like 3 o'clock. Well, the sun's still out. It's here, I'll show you this. I'll show you the street, and then you guys can guess what time it is. Hold on a second, let me see where you can see the street come out. Hold on, sometimes it has to like, oh, there it comes. See, the sun is still shining. You guys want to guess what time it is? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. When I came out, it was 6:52. I'm starting late tonight. How are you guys doing? I have had such a busy day, but I've been very, very productive today. So when I get done with this vlog, I am going to, I was like, oh, my neck looks, I'm starting to notice like the hanging skin a little bit, but I was like, oh, my neck looks kind of thin there. But anyway, I took these pictures of myself when I was in Florida. Listen, I'll probably talk about this tomorrow on my health journey update. But I took these pictures of myself when I was in Florida, like selfies by the pool, you know, like just like this. And I was like, you're looking thinner. Like I was going to actually do like, you know, like a chest picture, which I never do on my Instagram. And so I was going to do that. But I was telling Caroline this, was it last week or the week? It was the week we got back. I was telling Caroline this, that in the pictures you can see, because like I'm losing weight, like this part, like over here, like there's like a line, like a wrinkle that goes down there. She goes, Peter, that's not just losing weight, that's like getting older too. You like do know that, like you don't have like a perfect chest, right? And I was like, I know, but like, and I'm not like the person that's gonna edit all that out there. I'm like, if that's the picture, I'm gonna put it out there. And so then I was like, I don't know, so maybe this summer, because I'm going to do update pictures of like what I looked like before. I actually do have before pictures that I took when I was like, like 3 years ago. I think I took them when I was like 268 standing in the bathroom like in boxer shorts. I was like 265 or 268 or something like that. I have those pictures. And then I have pictures from after the pancreatitis last year that you can tell where I've like, do I have pictures after like the summer after the accident? I don't think I took any pictures of me like standing in the bathroom. I didn't take my allergy medicine today. My throat's been itching all day. But I have some pictures of me by the pool and stuff like that. But after pancreatitis last summer, I did take, because I lost like 30 pounds, I took a picture of me like in the bathroom, like standing up. So I have progress pictures. So those will be part of the progress pictures when I hit my goal weight, which will happen. You know, it's interesting because I said this in my health journey video, but I do really feel this way. Oh, my throat is itching so bad. My husband does this thing. I can't do it. I had a friend of mine back when I was like 20, 21 that she would do this too, where she'd go, oh, I can't do it. It's like where they scratch their throat. Alex does it. I can't do it. And he says it relieves his throat from itching, but my throat itches so bad today. Allergies are apparently real high in Indianapolis right now. But I said this thing in my weight loss or health journey, and I truly believe this. It's like, I know that at some point I will get down to my goal weight. Like, I know that, right? Like, I know the things to do. I know everything that I need to do to get healthy, to lose weight, to get active, to eat the right foods. And somebody commented on it, and they were like, I really appreciate you saying this, because this is exactly how I am too, right? And it's like, it's all, the timing is up to me, right? Like, it's all up to me. How lazy do I want to be? How proficient do I want to be? How many walks do I want to take in a week? How healthy do I want to eat during the week? You know, do I want to eat bad foods here and there? Or do I want to like do really well? It's all up to me, right? So the timing of when I hit that goal and the maintenance of do I make that goal like continue to last afterwards is totally up to me, right? And I'm fully aware of that. Like, I know all that. I know the things I need to do. Sometimes I choose to do them and sometimes I choose not to. They've been with their grandkids all day. So, well, I was with Caroline, but since I've been home, they've been like with their grandkids all day, like, and they've been like running around, and they've been like, took him down in the wagon around the neighborhood and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I've been really, I don't know what I didn't weigh myself. I didn't weigh myself today. The last time I weighed myself, I was down a little bit, but not much. And I actually told Caroline about that today, and she was like, I don't know why. She's like, you think you're going to have these like catastrophic weight losses where you lose like 7 pounds and whatever. And I was like, yeah, like last week I was down like 4 pounds. And she's like, 4 pounds is like amazing. I go, I know, but I was like eating like crazy too, you know, and gained all my weight back. And she's like, but 4 pounds is really good, you know? And so I told her like what I lost like so far this week. And she was like, I don't know why you're not like more excited about that, more happy. She's like, you're moving in the right direction. Even if it's just, you know, 0.2 of a pound a week, you're moving in the right direction. So anyway, so let's start with last night. So last night, Alex and I now are watching Schitt's Creek every night. I told you this the other day that I told him, I said, can we, actually Alex isn't home yet because he found out the last minute that he had a meeting downtown. So he had go to this meeting downtown and then he'll be home after that. So the meeting was at like 6, so he should be almost done with it. I think these meetings usually go like an hour and he should be done with that. So he'll be coming home soon. But anyway, was last night the night that Alex had dinner with his girlfriends? Yeah, Alex had dinner with his girlfriends last night. This so reminds me of like when I would come visit my mom and she'd like come out to the car and be like, bye, and all kind of stuff. I love this. So, Alex went out to dinner with his girlfriends last night. He went to this place. I guess it was like a Thai restaurant. I didn't know that. I read to you guys what the restaurant was called, but I didn't know it was a Thai restaurant. So he brought home like for himself chicken. That car doesn't sound right. I hope that wagon's not underneath that car. Somebody knows cars in my vlog. What is that? What's wrong with that car? Is that like a loose? I don't know cars at all. So what is that, loose something? But anyway, he brought home pad thai. Well, he had pad thai there he had left over. And then he brought home chicken fried rice to have tonight. And so he had dinner last night. Said they had a good time. He said, I miss my endless dinners. And I go, what do you mean your endless dinners? And he's like, well, my dinners with my... People think I'm so loud on my front porch. He's like, I miss like just like sitting around with my girlfriends, talking for hours on end. I go, you weren't even out to dinner that late. Like, you guys are all coupled up and you're getting older. He's like, I know, because all of his girlfriends now, like, you know, have boyfriends they've been with for a while and stuff. So, when he came home, I said, I just like made something to eat. And I was like, do you want to watch some episodes of Schitt's Creek or do you want me to watch something else? He was like, no, we can watch Schitt's Creek. So he goes, let me change real quick. So he went upstairs and changed. People are like having some fun out in the street today, aren't they? So I had my coffee left over from when I was with Caroline today. I thought the grandkids left. Oh, she's helping him water the plants. Maybe one of them is staying over. There's 3 grandkids now. I wonder if they... No, she said something about good girl. They have 3 grandsons. So I wonder who that is. I can see people walking around the car. Oh, I think her son, I think her daughter. Look at me being nosy. I know. Me too. I think their daughter and their son-in-law both came over, like probably for dinner or something. And then, like, I think the son took one of them home. And the other 2 are out there and they're watering her tulips. Her tulips are so pretty this year. So Alex went upstairs and he changed, and then you know what's so funny is that, like, usually when people are, like, out here talking and stuff, like, I'll sometimes, like, stop the videos or whatever, but then there have been a couple people that are like, I love hearing the sounds of your neighbors in the background. I love it, too. Like, I love to just be honest with you, just, like, sit out here, like, when I'm listening to an audiobook. I'll, like, sometimes I put my AirPods in, but sometimes I just put it down here and I'll just, like, listen to it. Or if I'm reading or whatever, and I love, like, listening to people, like, talk as they walk down the street, or my neighbors. She sings all the time. I live for it. I told her yesterday, I said, it reminds me of Rear Window. And she's like, I just saw that movie with my parents. She's like, I'm real into Alfred Hitchcock right now. So we were talking all about Alfred Hitchcock movies. And I said, it's so funny because my movie for Peter's movie club this week, as I told her I started that movie club, I said, it's Wait Until Dark, which is not an Alfred Hitchcock movie, but it kind of feels like one. And she's like, I'll have to check it out. And I was telling her all about Tubi and stuff like that. You'd think I was like the first person that ever found Tubi, because as much as I talk about it, but I love it so much. So anyway, we watched 2 episodes, and I was getting real tired, and I was like, okay, like, this is the last one. Did we watch 3 or maybe we watched 4? Because after the second one, I said, I'm getting really tired. I think that's when I put my vlog up. And I said, I'm getting really tired. I'm going to have to lay down for just a little bit because I want to watch some shows late tonight. And he goes, okay. He goes, just one more. So that was the 3rd one. And then at the end of that one, I can't remember what the end of it was, but I wanted to watch The third one was the one where Stevie and Patrick are at the store and they're trying to teach David the lesson about compromise. I love that one so much because Patrick puts the plungers out in front. That one's real hilarious. It's kind of sad though because that's when Alexis realizes that she, it's so funny too, like on our show, like when we're watching the show and Moira Rose always goes, Alexis. Whenever she says that, Alexis upstairs goes off, like, you know, our Alexis. So anyway, which probably just went off for like all of you guys as you're watching this right now. Bye. Bye. Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa. But it's also the one where she realizes that she's in love with Ted, and that's kind of a sad one, too. So, anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so we watched, like... It makes me so happy. I love that. So, we watched, like, 4 episodes of Schitt's Creek. And then Alex, like, turned it to the next one. I was like, I have to go to sleep. I have to lay down for a little bit. I'm so tired. And so he goes, okay. They're having a party. Oh, it's because somebody's walking down the street, too. Oh, I see. He's pushing his little girl down the street. That's who's saying bye. Hey. Good, how are you? Hey. Where's the dog?
Oh, she at home. I had to walk the grandbaby.
Aw, she's so sweet. Aww. Everybody's having fun today. Yeah. It's a beautiful night, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
She usually walks her dog. She has like this little pug that she walks around. It's so cute. So I guess it wasn't the grandkids next door. It was her talking to that. That's why I said, remember I said they have 3 grandsons. And I said, who's she saying? She can water it? So it was her. It was a little granddaughter. Oh, she's so sweet. So anyway... So I was like, I gotta go to bed. So I laid down. Alex came upstairs. He looked at TikToks for like 5 minutes and he plugged in his phone. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed too. Then Boo Radley started this business. So the medicine change, like we thought it helped for like a day and then it's like not helping anymore. I actually think like it's, I don't know, made like, he is so active anymore, like all the time. Like all the time. And so, I mean, I'm glad that he's 14 and a half. I was telling Caroline that today. I was like, you know, all these dog rescues that like these senior dog rescues that I'll like follow like on Instagram and stuff. It's really sad, but they'll have like a dog that'll pass and they'll be like, oh, you know, like little Shelly passed away and she almost made it to 23. And I'm like, Caroline's like, I know they're so old. And I'm like, I know. And I think to myself, oh my God, Boo Radley's got like 7 or 8 more years. You know, if he makes it to like, you know, some 22 or 23. I don't really know people that have dogs that old. So, I mean, I know people that have cats that old, but I don't know people. That's the one positive. Well, Alex is definitely allergic to cats and I don't really like cats. Never have had a cat or anything, you know. My stepmom one time, she had a kitten at her apartment and she let me name it and it was gray. We named it Flannel because of gray flannel. So anyway, that was the only kitten that we ever like kind of, she ended up giving it to her sister, I think, when she moved out of the apartment. So, but anyway, Boo Radley is just jumping up, jumping down, jumping up, jumping down. And Alex kicks, like when he falls asleep, he like has like restless leg syndrome, not always, but sometimes, and sometimes he kicks, like in his sleep. Do you have a partner that does that? So he'll just be like laying there and then all of a sudden he'll just kick. Well, when he does that, like if Boo Radley is laying down next to him, it like startles Boo. And then he gets up and then he stretches. I can see him in the light, okay, coming in from the moon. He'll stretch and then he'll walk into the bed and I'm like, please don't jump down, please don't jump down. And then he jumps down. And then I'm like, oh, here we go. And then he walks around. I can hear him like on the floor. Walking around the floor. And I'm just laying there and I'm like, and Alex is like dead asleep. And I'm like this. And all I wanted was a nap. All I wanted was a nap, right? And so then Boo Radley, this is his new thing. He can literally stand in place. The other dogs like had a hard time jumping up. Boo Radley did the one time, but like after, he's been fine. Like he jumps up. He can literally stand and go like this, boop, and be on the bed. Just, he doesn't have to run and jump anymore. He just goes, boop. I mean, he does run and jump, but he doesn't have to. And so he's down the edge of that you can fully see from the moonlight, the room, okay? And he's like, So I get over and I go, okay, Boo Radley, come on. And I pick him up and I put him on the bed, does laps up and down the bed, and then he finally like curls around and like gets in a circle. Then he stays there and he lays there for a couple minutes, and then he like puts his head up, and then he stands up, he stretches again, walks into the bed and jumps down. I'm like, we did this like 5 times last night. Alex is dead asleep. I'm just trying to take a nap so I can watch my shows, you know? So finally, I like opened the bedroom door because we usually keep the bedroom door closed. So I opened it because I thought, well, maybe he wants to go downstairs and eat, whatever. We had just taken him out to potty right before we went to bed. So he doesn't want to do that kind of stuff. So finally I'm like, okay, do you need to go potty outside? So I go that's why I always say potty outside. So I go downstairs, take him outside. He comes downside, he goes down, he walks to the end. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't want to do anything. And so he's just standing there. And I'm like, he doesn't even want to like sniff the ground. So I turn to walk in. He follows me inside. He goes inside, doesn't want his food. He runs right back upstairs. I'm like, what is going on? We cannot figure it out. He's like so energetic. Caroline was saying that her dog that's older does the same thing. Like she does laps. And so Caroline and I were talking about that today. I mean, I'm thankful that, you know, at 14 and a half, I mean, he was running up and down the yard today. He was being crazy dog. So finally, I laid there for like a half an hour and I was like, I'm not going to get a nap. So I just got up, right? So then I talked on the phone for a long time last night. And what else did I do? I did something else last night. I can't remember. Didn't order anything last night. That was good. I didn't order anything on the phone or anything on the Amazon last night. Or didn't order anything on the computer last night. I thought I for a second heard my husband. His car. I can tell by sitting out here so much. Like I can hear my neighbors across the street. I know their cars. Their car I know. Her car I definitely know. And Alex's car I know. I know like, and there's a couple other neighbors in the neighborhood. Like when I hear their car come down, I know. And that was so weird. Like Boo Radley, he doesn't so much anymore hear it. Cause like he used to be the first one to the door back in the day. I almost kind of now wonder if Boo Radley didn't pick up on cues from Pee-Pee and Tucker, because they would all three run to the door when Alex got here. Boo does it still, but he doesn't do it as much. And sometimes I'll be like, Boo, your dad's home. Boo, your daddy's home. And like he'll like perk up and he'll come down the stairs and whatever. But he used to do it like when he would hear the garage door go up, or sometimes like Pee-Pee and Tucker could hear the car coming down the street, and they would like go run down to the back door. Boo Radley doesn't do it as much anymore. And now I'm kind of wondering, if he like, I mean, Boo Radley he acts like he doesn't know his name. Like he doesn't, like he's not good about coming when you call him or anything like that. And I just think he just doesn't want to be bothered, if you want to know the truth. I think he fully knows his name and all that kind of stuff. And, like for a while I think he's having a hard time hearing, because I'd call him and like if we were out here, I'd be like, come on, Boo, come on, Boo. And he'd just like keep on walking the way he wanted to. But then what I noticed one night when I was out here was we were walking, like, and he just walks up and down the yard and the neighbors' mailboxes and stuff. But like something happened, like a tree, like a limb fell or something, and like and it wasn't super loud. And as soon as it fell, Boo Radley like went like that and he turned around. I was like, oh, he can perfectly fine hear me. He's just choosing to ignore me is what he does. By the way, enough people commented on my vlog, and I said that when I was talking about how like he like follows Alex all over, and that Boo Radley always comes to me when he's scared, and like I comfort him and whatever, and people are like, oh, it's the same way. They said you're Boo's mommy is what they said. So I was telling Alex that I thought it was hilarious and kind of cute, and so now I told Alex that like 2 nights ago, and now he'll be like, Boo, go to your mommy. That's what he says to me. And I'm like, you are not gonna say that. He just laughs. Alex thinks it's hilarious. So anyway, so I got up last night, I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, and so I was like, I want to watch some show, and I was really I told Alex that, you know, I finished watching, what did we watch Vanderpump Villa last night too. Did we watch it the night before? No, we watched that last night. The night before was when I went to the casino, so we watched that last night. By the way, all your comments about that were so nice, I really appreciate it. So, I talked to Valerie last night. That's who I talked to. So, she was asking me about the casino and stuff. So anyway, and she had already watched the vlog and all that. So I was like, I had already decided I was going to watch Ripley. So for my Peter Watches channel, one of the reasons why I switched it over to Peter Just Watches TV instead of, what did I just call that show? I don't even know what I called it, or what that channel I called it, but Peter Watches TV. But one of the reasons why I switched it over to All TV and just kind of reality TV is because I watch so many other shows. And I was like, and I love to binge watch a show, and I want to share with people like what I think about that, whatever. And so I wanted to pick a show that I could like do a video about, that I could like binge watch and I'd be really into. And I was like, so I was thinking about it today. I was like, did you ever read The Talent in Mr. Ripley, or did you just read half of it? I feel like I read like half of it in stock by Patricia Highsmith. I feel like there's another one of her books though that I read all the way through. She's read like 8 or 10 books. But anyway, so the movie was with Matt Damon. Why can't I think of that guy? Because I was telling Alex about it. I was like, I was telling him last night, I was like, you've never seen A Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon and Gwyneth Paltrow, that's who's in it. But who's the guy? Well, I can't think of his name. Real good looking. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And I was like, you would love that movie, Alex. I go, it's like kind of like homoerotic in parts, and there's like nudity, and he goes, what's it called again? I go, The Talented Mr. Ripley, you've never seen it, it's about this con man. I go, Philip Seymour Hoffman is in it, it's fantastic. And he was like, no. I was like, I feel like we've watched that together before, but he didn't remember it at all. I was trying to tell him about it. So anyway, so another movie on our list, next to Damsel, because Damsel we're going to watch because Tia wants us to watch it. Everybody else says it's really good. So when Alex and I have the next movie night, we're going to watch. That's why I told Tia in the DM. We're going to watch it the next movie night. So anyway, hey Tia, how are you? By the way. So anyway, so I was like looking through it, and I came up on Netflix. I was getting ready to go look at the trailer for it. I think I've watched the trailer like once for it, but I don't really remember it. So I was getting ready to watch the trailer for Ripley. I also wasn't sure if I was going to finish Three Body Problem. I'm either going to start tonight Ripley or Three Bottom Problem. But Alex and I will probably watch Vanderpump Rules tonight, and then I also have The Valley to catch up on. And then Oh Delicate comes on tonight too, so he might want to watch that, but we might save that for tomorrow. And then tomorrow night I'll watch Survivor and Amazing Race, because I always wait till the day after they come out. So. And I think that's all of our shows that we have to watch this week. Everything else we're done with. RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars is coming out on the 17th. They just announced it. I like the cast. It's like eight or nine like queens. I like the cast of who's on there though. Everybody were like dogging the cast. They're like, how many times could Roxy Andrews be on here? I'm like, I love Roxy Andrews. Erica Andrews, her drag mother, was like my favorite entertainer of life. I'm like, you could have Roxy Andrews on there a million times. I'd be just fine with that. I love the wig reveal, and I still watch it back on YouTube when RuPaul goes, like when she does that wig reveal and the lip sync. But anyway, so Baby Reindeer was number one. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start watching this. I'm going to watch one episode. So I pulled it up to see how many episodes it was, and it was 7. And I noticed that like the episodes were like 40 minutes, 48 minutes, 30 minutes, 31, 38. They were like shorter episodes. They weren't like a full hour. And I was like, oh, this is real binge worthy. You know, it's kind of like how Unlocked was. So I thought, okay, and at that point, it was like 2 something, and I was like, I can't stay up super, super late because Caroline's coming tomorrow for Cousin Fun Day. I was like, I've got to go to bed at somewhat of a reasonable time, but I wanted to stay up and watch shows. So I was like, with this, I could watch maybe 3 or 4 episodes and then go to bed and not go to bed like, I mean, it would still be like 4, but I, get a reasonable night's sleep because I was going to get up at like noon, 11:30 or noon. So I started watching Baby Reindeer, and I could not stop. I absolutely 100% could not stop. I thought it was fantastic. I did a full review over on my Peter Watches TV, so go watch it. As far as like the harassing and the stalking, I mean, although mine is online, it's been intrusive to my personal life. And yes, I am continuing. And one of the things I loved about the show, because it's about this guy that is kind to this woman, and then she ends up stalking him, right? Relate to that a little bit. And then on one scenario, I really relate to that. And it's like if he crosses her at all, then she gets like even harder, which was always my fear of ever doing anything more. Just lay low, because if you do anything else, it'll make it even worse, right? Like all the things I talked about, like it really addresses, but his is completely different, and to be honest with you, a lot worse. But mine has been really intrusive to my personal life as well. So I related to a lot of what the show was talking about, especially in talking about this is one of the things I said in my review, but I'll say it over here. If you have an issue in your life, is this Alex? No. Oh, but it is a Jeep. It's that woman down the street. But if you have an issue with cyber stalking, cyber harassment, or in real life harassment or stalking, go talk to law enforcement about it today. Talk to an attorney, go talk to people that know what they're talking about. It is such a long process. Yes, I am still dealing with it behind the scenes. I've kind of tried to like keep it off and not talk much about it, but since I was talking about Baby Reindeer, I addressed it in that video. I'm going to talk about it over here as well. But it is such a long process to deal with. I mean, these people have no idea what's coming for them. They just continue to throw up videos. Oh, he doesn't have stalkers. It's literally the people that are stalking me and harassing me that say I don't have stalkers and harassers. And it's people that are throwing up videos, people that are saying stuff, online about me. It's like you leave a trail everywhere you go. You don't think you do. You think you're hiding behind a computer, but that's not the truth, right? But it's a long process. It's a really long process. And it's like, they have to say like one thing, of which like each person out there, they think because I haven't stopped it yet, that means it's not going to happen. I mean, it could be 6 months down the road. I mean, this is not going to be like, oh, I'm sending a cease and desist and this is a warning. That's not how it's going to be. Like, I'm going to shut it down. Like, I'm being real for this. Y'all can think I'm a joke and you can think this is a joke. And when it shows up at your doorstep and you're served, like, you won't think it's a joke at that point, okay? And most of the people that are involved in this have at least at one point crossed a line that they can't cross. That's all I'm going to say. And I have people that have looked very closely at this, and this is their specialty. So just because you're online and you think that you can post videos and say this and say that and have your opinion here, you can't. There are certain things you can't about, right? There are certain things that are defamation. And if you brag about, oh, like, well, we're gaining traction because of what we're getting this word out there, and on that same thing, there's comments about the fact that people are questioning the validity of the police investigation of my accident. That's defamation, and you're actually admitting that you're gaining traction of people not liking me, and that's easy to prove. So, I mean, I'm just, there are certain things you have to prove with defamation. That's not the direction I'm going in, but I'm just using that as an example, because defamation's a hard case to follow. You have to prove financial loss, you have to prove, I'm just saying, when you're bragging about that, okay, that you're gaining traction on taking, that's intent. So, I mean, there's other things. I'm not going to tell people online what I'm doing, okay, because they'll stop doing that. They've walked into every trap I've set for them, trust. They keep on doing it. They keep on putting up the posts. They keep on saying things. They keep on, that's why I'm not trying to have it taken down right now. No, let it show up at their doorstep. They wanted to bring it to my doorstep. I have said this. I said this a year ago. When people would say, well, what if somebody shows up at your doorstep? I said, I'll call the police on them. They showed up at my doorstep. I'm not talking literally, I'm talking figuratively, okay? So it's going to go to their doorstep. If their only ability is to be online, then that might be taken from them, okay? That's an international issue. That's not a U.S. issue. Go look up your shit about internet law. This is why this is a long process. And to be honest with you, it's not as expensive as you think it is. Because when you get law enforcement involved, you're not paying law enforcement to work for you, okay? In whatever country you live in. So just so you know, these things are taken very, very seriously. They're taken actually more seriously, I found out recently, in the UK and Canada than they are taken in the United States. Like online stalking and harassing, I just watched a documentary about it, but then I was told this as well by people that I'm working with. Stalking and harassing, like, you don't have to, like, prove intent and things like that in the UK, and, this show showed something different, but online with things that are said, you don't have to prove as much in the UK and Canada. It's a really serious offense over there, to the point where you'll never be online again. So, keep on making your videos, keep on saying what you have to say about me, but do not cry me a river when it shows up to your doorstep like the way that you brought it to mine. I'm just going to say that. But I love that show. I binge watched the whole thing, and I stayed up till almost 7 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't believe it. I said this in my review, and I'll say it here. I felt seen, like, I really felt seen. I felt like I talk about it and people are like, oh, that's really horrible and whatever, but like until you live it, you don't really get it. And his is in real life. His is, and mine's been in my real life because it affects my real life, right? But it's not like a person. I'll be honest with you. Like, there's so much they show, but like in the show, they also show like the whole backstory to it is this huge event that's happened in his life, this tragic, abusive event. That is why he almost kind of allows it a little bit. And it really made me question myself, like, why I didn't stand up for myself sooner. Like, is this because of bullying? Which they all think is a joke, right? Okay, well, it's similar. The feelings to me are similar. When my therapist said to me years ago, like, is it possible that you suffer PTSD as a result of this? Maybe that has a lot to do with why I never stood up for myself. There were years online I never stood up for myself. I allowed people to say such bullshit about me and make up such unbelievable lies about me that I never stood up for myself. And then I got to the point where I started standing up for myself about everything, and now I'm just like, say what you want to say. You want to say some horrific shit about me and make up lies, and say this kind of stuff that there's no truth to. And then, it's like the same people that come to me or that comment and say, Peter screams and yells at his people that leave comments, and you're literally screaming and yelling at the people in your comments, okay? You're coming after people, and that's what you're accusing me. Baby, hold up the mirror to yourself, okay? I know it's a joke for you. I know it is. It ain't gonna be one of these days. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. You think I don't know who you are. You're real easy because when you, to 3 people, when you started shit, here, just so I'll let people know who, so they know I know who they are. When you started shit, okay, you had those things linked to other social media sites. You can go back and track those, and you can find out where those come from, okay? So, yeah, I do know who you are, and I know everything about you, just to make sense of that. And I don't gotta get in no video and say it, okay? I don't have to do anything about it. I got people doing that for me. So, peace out. Keep on doing what you're doing. It's real cute, okay? Until it's not. Until it's not, you know? Make all these jokes in the world. Sit there and say that my dad gave me a trust fund and I'm living off him. No, baby, that's not the truth. I might be living off you one of these days, okay? But I ain't living off my dad. Period, in a story. I don't gotta make up stories. I don't gotta make up stories about being sober or being in marriage counseling. I don't gotta make up stories about that, okay? And when I'm done making a drama video, I can tell you I turn off the camera and I'm done. I ain't obsessed with these people, looking into their lives, watching videos of theirs from 15 years ago, unless I'm doing research for that video. I ain't seeking out stuff and looking for it unless it's brought to me. I don't even hardly make a video today unless somebody comes to me first and sends it to me. And usually it has to be more than one. It has to be 3, 4, or 5. That way I know people are kind of interested in it. The obsessive lengths that some of these people go to is weirdness to me, okay? You want to spend your life that way? You are literally some of the most miserable weirdos in the entire world. And I'm not using weirdo in a good way in that, okay? I'm like dangerous, scary. Like, I don't know if y'all are like taking care of people in your life or whatever, but you shouldn't be, okay? It's scary the lengths you go to. And that scariness will be dealt with. Just because I don't talk about it on camera anymore as much doesn't mean I'm not dealing with it behind the scenes, just so you know. So I watched that show last night, and really the only reason I'm even bringing this up in the video today is, which they'll think is a joke, and they'll turn around and they'll make 10 more things about it. Baby, go right ahead. Go right ahead. You think it's a joke. You think I'm talking stuff and that I don't have anybody working for me. You think it's a joke until it's not a joke. Trust me, okay? Trust me. Would sit there and say that, like, oh, I don't have a therapist. What do you want me to do? Put them on video? If I have to put my therapist on video and I have to show a marriage counseling session and I have to show myself going to a meeting just for y'all to believe that I'm telling the truth, which you would never, ever grant me to begin with, what do you think I'm doing? Getting on Amazon and ordering my sobriety coins that I've shown in videos? You think I go to that length to make up lies? You know who thinks that way? A liar. You're a liar, okay? You don't ever go with facts. You always, there's literal police investigations out there and people go, oh, I don't believe that that's real. Okay. But if that police investigation wasn't working in my favor, you sure as shit would believe it was real. You want to believe what you want to believe to make me look a certain way, okay? I get it, trust me, okay? I say in my videos every single day, check me if I don't. Watch who you want to watch. You make the decision. I ain't going to tell somebody who not to watch, okay? Be careful what you're saying. I've been doing this for 7 years. You haven't. You don't know what you're saying and doing. Trust me, I know what you're doing. I see people, you know, I see what's going on over there. I don't watch it as closely as I used to because I don't have to anymore. I got people doing that for me. And I've already got enough anyway. I've already got everything that I need. So I don't need to look into that stuff every day. You know what I mean? But you just keep it up. Keep it up. Think I'm a joke. Think I'm a joke, okay? And then when it shows up at your doorstep and your whole life falls apart, because some people are a little bit difficult because of where they live, but they're becoming less difficult. And I'm telling you right now, the reason why it's taking a long time is because until they're all dealt with, I'm not dealing with one of them, okay? Some letters have been sent out, and those people know it because I've had one person contact me, greatly apologizing to me, okay? And on and on and on. That was dealt with. Trust me, they ain't coming out and telling how that was dealt with because that is not something they want to brag about, okay? Yes, some of these things have been dealt with behind the scenes already, but the majority of it, okay, it's going to all happen at once. So y'all think it's a joke. Keep on talking about it. Keep on talking about it. You think I'm a joke? I'm a 51-year-old fucking man that's been around the world, okay? You want to make fun of this career that I had? I had a 13-year career working for a treatment facility. I was very highly respected, okay? You want to make a joke about that? You want to make a joke about my sobriety? As a 29-year sobriety person of sobriety, you make a joke about my marriage? I've been married to my husband for 12 and a half years, and I've been with him for 15 years. You think that's just a joke? Okay, that's called life experience. So you're going to sit here and pass judgment on all this kind of stuff and whatever? Okay, wait while you think it's a joke and you want to say, oh, he doesn't have stalkers, he's not doing anything about it, he's never contacted anybody about it. Wait and see. Wait and see. See what kind of joke I am then, okay? Wait till that video that I make and I talk about how I got y'all, okay? I'm not saying when it's going to happen. It might be next month. It might be 6 months from now. It might be 2 years from now. But trust me, the process is due, and it will happen, okay? And you won't be joking about it anymore. You sure as shit won't be talking about how I ain't got no stalkers and I ain't doing anything about it behind the scenes. It'll be huge when it comes out, trust, okay? Trust. You think I'm a joke. I'm nobody's joke, okay? Trust. And I can tell you, as soon as I say this in the video, they're going to turn around and they're going to be like, he ain't got no, look at him bragging over there. He ain't got no stalkers. Is he talking about me? Oh, maybe he'll shout me out in a video. Maybe he'll do this. Oh, he ain't got no stalkers. He doesn't have a therapist. It'll just be harder and harder and harder. But I ain't afraid of you today, okay? Walk up here on my front step and say to my face what you have to say about behind closed doors, okay? Behind your fake profile picture and your fake all this kind of stuff. Say it to my face. Come up here and say it to my face. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't. You sure as shit wouldn't, would you? Not at all. Oh, look who's home. My husband's home. My husband of my fake marriage is home. My husband of 15 years I've been with. My fake husband, he's home. Hey, husband. Hey, fake marriage. So anyway, last night I watched that show. Now, see, I wouldn't be talking about this normally, but I watched that show, and that show done set me off, okay? Because I watched that show last night, and I was, like, so in it to win it. I was like, oh, my God, this show, like, I feel seen. I did. Because I felt like it showed a lot of the process of, like, this fear of, like, there's a part in it where he is telling people, like, don't say anything to her, don't do anything, because if you do, it'll just make it worse. Like, we gotta lay low. And that's how I felt for so long. Fuck that noise. Done. That's what I was going to say earlier. If you are being stalked online or in real life, deal with it immediately. Do not wait till it to get worse, okay? Deal with it immediately. Because now they're coming out of, like, woodwork for me, right? Oh, just add another number to it, girl. Just add, you think it's a joke. Just get ready. Just get ready. Trisha Paytas getting threads taken down. That was nothing, okay? That was nothing. I know how that happened, trust me. I know how all that works. Y'all think that that's a joke. Trust me, okay? I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even worried about that kind of nonsense. It's being, just wait, okay? One of you might have actually got some information about me that's actually illegal to obtain, okay? And you went to fraudulent measures to obtain that information, and it was illegal, and you shared it somewhere. That's a huge issue, just to put that out there, okay? And other people have commented on that, which is, no, you can't do that. And that's just the beginning. So you have no clue. But anyway, watching this last night really set this off for me because I really felt seen. I was like, I talk about this stuff, but like even like people in my real life, like even people that have been contacted or dealt with, they'll be like, is it still going on? I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course it is. It's not as bad as it used to be. Because some people have scared away a little bit, but then there's other people that are like, I'm not going to scare away. We got to get the word out there. Peter Monn's the worst person in the entire world. Okay. There might be a couple people out there that are a little bit worse than me. You. So, but listen, like I said, due process. So anyway, I'm watching it and I've really felt seen. I watch a show, but I'm asking myself, like, why have I tolerated this? It's not just the online stuff. It's like, why have I tolerated, like, in my life, allowing people to, like, in the past, I don't today, but, like, why did I allow people to talk to me in certain ways or say certain things to me? Like, I don't know how I ever got to the point where I thought that was okay. That, like, before I got sober, even in my sobriety, I've allowed people to talk to me in ways that, like, today, if somebody looked at me, I'd say, you're not going to talk to me that way, or you're not going to be in my life, as whatever, a neighbor, a friend, a co-worker, whatever. You're not going to talk to me that way, period, end of story, okay? I'm very, today, boundary setting with how people speak to me and how they respect me in my personal life, like whatever, online. Like I said, online, like I don't have a problem with people want to make videos about me and have their opinion about me. Go do it. Say it. Show your face, okay? I have mad respect for that. Make fun of me, make parodies, make jokes of me, dissect my videos, on and on. There's a couple people that do that from time to time. I don't have a problem with that. Hell, that's what I do in my drama videos. You show your face. I have mad fucking respect for that. I'm funny. I know I say stupid shit and I say funny shit, okay? Listen, I have mad respect for that. It's the hiders, okay, that I don't want to respect, that want to make people's lives miserable. I have no issues with people wanting to show their face and make videos about me. Do it all day long, Paige Christie made that video about me years ago. She decided to take it down. She asked me, she goes, do you want me, when we made up, she goes, do you want me to take that video down? I said, girl, that's on you. I'm not going to ask anybody to take a video down about me. You made the video. If you want to keep it up, she goes, I feel like it's the right thing to do. She chose to take the video down. The video is riddled with lies. She and I talked about it. Not because she deliberately chose to put those lies out there. I'll make this very clear. It's because she thought certain information was true and it wasn't. We had gone back and forth about that. Paige and I are good today. Paige probably made one of the biggest videos about me ever. I think everybody knows about that video because we had that live stream. Girl, I'm not happy about that live stream to this day. That's a moment in time that taught me a lot of lessons, taught me how I was speaking to people. You know, that I was leading with reaction, not response. That I was leading with anger. I don't want to be that person today. One of my finest moments on YouTube in the last 7.5 years, my whole career, is the fact that Paige and I worked through that whole entire thing. And I consider Paige a friend today. I respect her. Okay, and that's a lot to be said for somebody that we did not used to get along. I have a lot of respect for Paige today, you know? And she said to me, we've both grown up, you know, whatever. And I love her for that, you know? And she was willing to listen to me. She was one of the first people that I reached out to when I had to make amends a couple years ago to some people. And I was like, can we talk on the phone? I want to make amends to you. She was like, absolutely. No questions asked. We weren't getting along at that time. You know, I have respect for people that get on video and say what they want to say about me. I don't have to agree with it. They don't have to agree with what I say. But I don't, hey, listen, you're going to sit there with your full face and have your opinion about me. I respect that. It's the hiders I don't respect, okay? And they're usually the ones that are the most intrusive. Because people that are showing your face, they know you can find who they are and things like that. So they're not going to be going to the links. Like us drama channels, most of us don't go to those links. No, it's the keyboard warriors that hide behind pictures of flowers and shit like that, okay? You know? And names like Cinnamon and things like that, you know, that they don't, like, ever want anybody to know who they are in a million years because, God forbid, somebody think that this person's online 24 hours a day. It kind of cracked me up. Then when you watch Baby Reindeer, it's just like, she sends these emails like crazy and she's online all the time. She comes home, they show this scene where she comes home and she flips open her computer and she's right on it. And I was like, and she's like on his Facebook, commenting on every picture. I've had that happen to me before. I had a stalker I had to block on Facebook and look into them and all this kind of stuff. This was a long time ago because I literally went into my Facebook and like I accepted, and it's like an hour later I had people calling me. I think it was Melissa that said, somebody just said like the most horrible thing on this picture of us. And I went over there and looked and they were saying the F word on like all of my, they were going through each picture saying this. I had to block them, you know? Like that's happened to me before. Like that stuff's happened, you know? So that was, like, that obsessiveness to me is beyond to me. I have never cared that deeply about any YouTuber, any pop culture figure, period, end of story. I don't care that deeply. I care deeper about characters and books that I read and TV shows than I watch. I get more obsessed about that than I do about any social media influencer. I think that's weird, okay, that you feel like you need to get the word out there about him. Okay, dedicate your life to that, right? I don't even care that deeply about the people that I talk about in my drama videos. Like I said, I make my video and I move on. So I wouldn't be this probably passionate talking about this today, except for I just watched that last night, like I said. So I watched a show last night, finished it, went to bed at like 7. Couldn't fall asleep. I knew Caroline was coming at 1 o'clock. So she texted me and she was like, do you want to go to brunch or should I stop on the way? I was like, girl, stop on the way because I'm trying to like eat healthy, and I knew if I went to Patashu, I did good on Sunday. I don't think I would have done good today. So, because I was really, really hungry today. I didn't eat a lot yesterday, and so I was really hungry today. I was like, if we go to Patashu, I'm going to be getting an omelet and a bagel and convincing myself this is healthy, right? So she was like, okay, so she stopped. She's doing really good on Weight Watchers. I'm real proud of her. She was like, last week, she was like, I lost like 2 pounds, and today I lost like 1.4 pounds or whatever. She's like, I'm doing really good. And so she went and she got a hamburger with like, and she didn't eat the bun from McDonald's. She didn't get french fries, and she got like a Diet Coke. She was real proud of herself. I was like, okay, the whole car smelled like McDonald's. It made me so hungry. So she picked me up, and then we went to, where did we go first? Coffee. And then we went to Saks. I returned. Did I tell you guys this? This is my Peter Does Stuff channel. I said it over there too, because I did the little haul today. I returned the shoes that I ordered. So I wear 43 in Birkenstocks, and they sent 45s. The exchange happened like that quick. They put the tax and the what do you call it? I can't think. The tax and the, shipping, they put it back on my credit card, and then they gave me a $100 gift card. So, and they said it was good forever. So, and they were so friendly in there, and we went to the Creed counter, and we were smelling all these different Creeds, because the woman that works there, she's real sweet, and she always helps me. And we were talking to them, because Saks in Indianapolis is closing, so we were talking to them about that. If you live in Indianapolis, Saks is closing. We found out from our friend, they didn't even know this today in there, that they're actually tearing down Saks, and they're putting an outdoor mall there, is what's going to happen there, which is so weird to me, but... I mean, I love an outdoor mall, don't get me wrong, but I think, I mean, in Indianapolis in the wintertime, a strip mall, is that what we're talking about? Alex was hoping for a Neiman Marcus, and I said that to this girl today. I said my husband wanted a Neiman Marcus, and this other girl that was standing next to her, she goes, Neiman Marcus would never move to Indianapolis. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I told my husband, but... So anyway, and then after that, we went to the P.O. box. We got stuck in construction traffic because I told her to go the wrong way. I was like, go down here. And I said, it's quicker. And so we went down that way, and then the road was cut off because of construction, so we had to go all the way back. So we went to the post office. I had one package at the post office. So I have 2 packages that I've had, and then I have this package from today, and then I have everything from the post office. So I'll probably do a P.O. unboxing. And then after that, we went to Costco. And then after that, we went to Trader Joe's, because she has 2 birthdays this weekend. I thought this was such a cute idea. So Caroline bought, like, the Trader Joe's bags that you can get for, like, she got the 99-cent ones. They have, like, stuff from Indiana on them. They're real cute. Like, the plastic bags. And then she bought, like, 2 of each, one for each bag, of, like, all of her favorite things from Trader Joe's, and filled the box up, or the bags up. Isn't that such a cute idea? I thought that was such a cute idea. And then they had the best gift cards there, too. Greeting cards. So she got the greeting cards from there, and then I got some stuff for my review channel. Then we went to Fresh Time, then we stopped at the gas station, and I got Diet Dr. Pepper, and then we came home. And I really didn't think that I was going to film a bunch of videos today. In all honesty, I thought, where am I at on time? Because the battery just went to the halfway mark. I had like 46 minutes or something like that. It's at the halfway mark already. This is the bad battery. I'm going to have to throw it out tonight, or take it to Best Buy. I really didn't think I was going to film a lot of videos today. The problem is, I have like such a long list of drama videos that if I don't start filming a drama video every day, they're going to be videos that are going to be like timed out. Like nobody's going to care in a week if I'm making it. I have like half of my list is things like the Go Ask Alice video that I've been teasing out for weeks now that I want to make. Like that video I could do 2 months from now. But other things are like topics that just happened. Like I got a bunch of comments about the fact that Trisha Paytas talked about me on her podcast, she and Oscar. And so I watched it. I actually watched the whole podcast. I thought it was cute. I mean, it's good for her. That podcast is good. I don't love some of her choices of guests and some of the people that she supports and things like that. But the podcast is a great move for her. She's getting unbelievable sponsorship. She had a DoorDash sponsorship on there. And the podcast is cute. Like, I watched that was what I watched last night before I watched the show. I watched that Trisha Paytas podcast because I was getting all these comments that they talked about me on there. It's like a 3-hour podcast, and I watched it at 2 times speed, which watching Trisha at 2 times speed is like watching Peter at 2 times speed. It's hard, right? But you kind of get into it. So I watched that podcast last night. I like it. I usually only watch it when she says something that I have to cover for a drama video. But like I watched the whole thing, most of the whole thing last night. I like it. It's cute. I think it's a great move for her. And it's funny because like a lot of people always say stuff about like her and Moses. Like I think her and Moses are like a really natural couple. I'm actually going to save this for my drama video because I'm going to talk about that too. But like just sit back and forth. Like he's talking about these pictures that she sent him of like this Coachella, the outfits that they're going to wear. And he's like, but you didn't send it with any text. And she's like, she kind of rolls his eyes. I was like, this is such a normal marriage exchange. Like this is literally me and my husband. This is literally Tanya and Eric. This is Caroline and her husband, Mike. Definitely 100%. And I'm like, this is such a normal marriage exchange. And people are like, oh, they're not getting along. Like and I'm like, this is so normal. Like this is like actually the sign of a good marriage. And people are like dogging it, right? People are like, oh no, they're like so not in love. It's all fake. And I'm like, this is like the realest thing I've seen of a marriage in forever. So we watched that. But that's an example. Like that video I'm not going to make 2 weeks from now. I mean, people are commenting on my video saying that she talked about it now. So I watched that. Actually, they didn't say anything like mean about me or anything like that. But that spurned another video for me because they talk in there about Oscar brings up about how I've said it multiple times, that James Charles was going to do this documentary series and that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star basically stole it from him. Well, I went in and I started looking at stuff last night, text messages and receipts, and I was like, oh my God, I have literally every text message planning when James Charles was telling us about the planning of this whole thing between me and Sam here for the tea. We had a group text way back in the day, like in 2018, I think it was. I mean, it's tons of group text between the three of us about his planning this whole thing and us being part of it. And I was like, I did not even know I had this on my phone. Like, I had the whole thing. I couldn't believe it. That basically proves that it was never Shane Dawson's idea to begin with, to do the beauty industry thing that he got so famous for, right? It was James Charles, which, not a great person, but it was his idea first, and Shane Dawson was supposed to be part of James Charles' project. And I think what happened was he convinced James not to do it, and I think they also knew the scandal was going to happen. And then Shane went to Jeffree and said, I think we should do it, which I'm going to talk about in another video. That's another video that I'm going to do. So yeah, so I watched that last night. So I have all these drama videos that I have to do, or they're going to time out with relevancy. They're going to be boring, right? So I wanted to film that today. Well, I came home and I filmed my haul right here, then my review video right here of Trader Joe's coconut smoothie. And then I took those inside, and then as those were uploading, I filmed my Peterisms video right here. And then as that was uploading, or rendering and uploading, I filmed my drama video. And then I was like, if I don't do this baby right, because so I watched Fallout, and I was going to do my review the next day. It's kind of hard for me to do a review of a show like 2 weeks later, because I don't have it in my mind. I want to do the review the next day. But with Fallout, I was so nervous to do it, because I was like reading these reviews online. People were like, I played the video games for years, it's not like this. And actually, when we went to marriage counseling on Monday, because like our therapist is like a big video game player, and so he was like, I didn't play it back in the day, but I knew people that did. And he goes, there's a lot of controversy around it because there's like a trans character and like a trans actor, and he's playing this trans character like on the show. And I go, oh yeah, like that's a big part of the show. And I was like, what's the controversy about it? And he goes, well, people are saying that there wasn't like a trans character in the video game when there actually was a trans character in the video game or something. I don't know anything about it. But anyway, I was like, oh. And I was like, if I get in this video and just be like, yeah, it was a good show, I liked it. Well, I mean, people are going to be like, you didn't play the video. I knew the first comment was going to be, you didn't never play the video game, did you? Because when I talked about the show with, what's his name? Oh God, that guy's so good looking. What's the guy? Oh shoot. The zombie, but it's not zombies. They're like plants or whatever. What's that show called? The Last of Us or whatever on HBO. I love that show. But people are like, oh, you didn't watch the video game, then you didn't understand the show. It's like, I watched the show, okay, just because I didn't play the video game. It's like when people, like, if you don't read a book, it doesn't mean you don't understand the movie, you know what I mean? So anyway, but I was so afraid to make that video. I'm going to make the video, but I was like, if I make this video, people are going to be like, oh, your opinion's not valid because you didn't play the video game. So I didn't want. So today I was like, if you don't make this baby reindeer video, like, you will wait, and then you won't make it. So I, like, made that one. And then yeah, and then I came out here and vlogged. Now we're at the end of the vlog. I made it! This is my Abercrombie hoodie. This is the one that Alex has, the same color, and it's so comfy, cozy. But do you see it? Like, I mean, it is a little bit big on me. Like, this is like fresh out of the washer, and it's like kind of like I need a t-shirt underneath her because it hangs. I like them when they kind of like go up like this. I don't like them when they hang real low. But it's super, super comfortable. This is the poplar. So I think for fall, if I get some more, like, these will last me. People are like, you know, why do you need hoodies for the summer? And I'm like, it gets cold. Excuse me, it gets cold in Indianapolis. Like right now, it's chilly out here. I could have a coat on. It's probably 50, maybe below that. But in summer, in Indiana, it can be like 100 degrees out at night, during the day, but at night, it can be real chilly. So the hoodies are good for summer. You can wear shorts with a hoodie and be like super comfortable, go to a bonfire, things like that. Be really comfortable in the summer. But for next fall, I'm going to order some more of these because I love these. And I love that they come in just real basic colors. But I'm going to get large, not extra large. Unless I would need a medium. I don't think I'll ever need a medium again in my life. I think large is probably as low as I'll go, which is totally fine. But I don't remember ever being in a small. I can't remember the last time I was ever in a small. Maybe when I was 10 or something. When I was between my first and second boyfriend, like my first and second boyfriend, then Alex, the three that I talk about, I was like in a medium t-shirt. I would buy like all these vintage t-shirts in mediums. I still have them in a box because I'm like, I will sell them, but I will not give them away. Like, they're too fantastic, some of them. But I'm like, maybe one day I'll fit into some of these. But a lot of the vintage clothes, like vintage cut, it's called that because like back in the day, they're like, even a lot of these Western shirts, like I can have like a 2XL and it's still tight on me. An XL is like a small because they're cut that way for like guys that would wear like, the cowboys that would wear like the Wrangler jeans and they're real thin, So maybe someday I'll be able to fit into some of that stuff. I don't have a lot of 2XLs. Mostly it's like large to extra large, but like a medium definitely would probably never fit me again. But maybe one of these days. So yeah. When we were at Creed, I got all these samples of different kinds of Creed. And then, but there were two that I was like trying. But she was like, do you want samples? And Caroline was like, yes. And I didn't know why Caroline was asking me that. But but Caroline's son, who I call kind of my nephew, David, he's really into colognes right now. And so we got like two samples of Creed, different with Silver Mountain, because I'd seen somebody online that was talking about it. I never smelled that one before. And then the other one was a new one that was brand new. And so she was like, here, and she was like, and she's going to try to like go somewhere and work after like Saks is closed. So she put her business card in there because she was like, been really helpful to me. And I love this woman. She's so sweet. And so we were walking out. Caroline's like, can I have those samples for David? He would love that. I was like, absolutely. Because one of them was Creed Aventus. She's like, I'll give you some more Creed Aventus because I always keep them in my bag. And I was like, just give it to David. He'll enjoy it. So he actually called while we were riding around. And I was like, I have a little surprise for you, David. And he was like, oh my God, what is it? And I go, it's David. He just had his wisdom teeth taken out. And so he was like, what is it? And I was like, I mean, it's a real small thing. But then I was like telling Caroline afterwards, like those samples of Creed and other clones, they go for some money on Etsy and stuff like that. He'll love it so much. He loves that because he loves that Creed Aventus anyway. So anyway, I bought he and his girlfriend. I think I got, was it Burberry that I got them? I can't remember what the brand was. I got them matching cologne and perfume for Christmas because he is so into the cologne right now. He loves it, but... All right, well, the kitchen light's still on, but I just started dishes before I came out here. I started a load of dishes, so Alex probably left the light on for that. I know that doesn't make sense because it's probably done and it needs to be unloaded. So he probably went upstairs to change and come down. Oh, by the way, did I say this already? The food that we got from the vet, it's called ID, I think. I don't know if it's like medical grade or you have to get it at the vet, but like... Boo Radley, Alex put down some food this morning. He would not touch it. So this afternoon, I put out a bunch of that food and I like cut it up because it's hard for him to get it off. I cut it up and I put it in the microwave. And I literally like, he went upstairs like 5 minutes afterwards and I heard him up there in the bed crying. Now he just stands in the bed and just cries. He's like, He wants us upstairs in the bed. So I was like, did he not eat? I was like, it's like literally had been like 4 or 5 minutes. I was like, did he not eat? I went in the kitchen. The entire plate was empty. I was like, that dog literally ate that entire plate in like 4 minutes. I was like, oh my God, he loves that food. So we're going to have to get some more of that food. We have the stew, but we don't have the pate. I feel like real energetic. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute in this vlog. And you know what's going to happen is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to be like this. I'll be like so tired. All right, I'm gonna get off here. Real quick outro. Hope you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. You made it halfway through the week. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me tonight. And I will, tomorrow I only have therapy. So that's the only thing I have tomorrow. So it'll be videos. Well, I'll watch. Now tomorrow will be the one, now that I promise videos, tomorrow will be the one day that I actually don't make videos. No, I'll probably make video, at least a vlog tomorrow. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Relax, rejuvenate, refresh, and renew, even though it's not a Sunday, for tomorrow, so you can be all ready for the weekend, so you can enjoy your weekend doing whatever you want to do. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.